Hey guys, DLC 2 for Borderlands 3 was announced today. It's going to be releasing at the end of next month. It's Guns, Love, and Tentacles, the marriage of Wainwright and Hammerlock. The trailer for this DLC has been revealed, and I have that on my channel. It's the video right before this one. But in this video, I'm going to be going over more information about DLC 2 and then a ton of additional information that they revealed today at the PAX East event. Gearbox took the main stage and did a pretty big presentation, so I'm going to be going over the highlights of the really interesting stuff that they said. A lot of this information is exclusive to this presentation and you're not going to find it anywhere else. During this event, Randy Pitchford took the stage and had a lot to say. He talked about the future of Borderlands 3 and laid out the roadmap, so I'll go over that and then talk about some cool stuff that he said. The first thing I thought was interesting is that they revealed some of the stats that they've been tracking with the game since it was released. And so far, as a whole, we have killed over 34 billion enemies and we've used over 62 million golden keys. And for those of us that have used flak, out of all three pets, it looks like Mr. Chew the Skag is the one that people use the most. We've also opened almost 20 billion chests and we've killed almost 3 billion badasses. Some of the other interesting stats were the type of elemental damage that people are using, and it looks like fire is the most popular one. This next stat is crazy to think about, but everybody's playtime combined equals 38,000 years that we have played Borderlands 3. That's almost 14 million days played. And then for cash, we have collected $170 trillion. The last stat focuses on the Maliwan takedown, and 28.4 million takedown attempts happened, and there was only a 14% success rate out of those attempts. In the next part of the presentation, Randy started to talk about the new Borderlands movie that they're about to start making, and that is a lot of information that I'm not going to be able to cover in this video. I'm making a whole entire separate video for this because there's a lot to go over. The last half of the presentation talked about the roadmap for Borderlands 3 and what's going to be coming this spring for 2020. The first event that's going to be happening is going to be DLC 2. That's going to be released March 26th, Guns, Love, and Tentacles. One thing I want to point out that I thought was really cool is the Easter egg that they put in for this DLC. During the Broken Hearts Day event, you could earn certain rewards, and those rewards were hints towards this next DLC, like this weapon trinket here. After you broke a certain amount of hearts, you would get this weapon trinket, and we were like, what is this? But now it makes sense, seeing the DLC, that it's based on Cthulhu. You can see the tentacles here, and then the Rainbow Pride for the marriage that we're about to encounter. Also, the final reward was a legendary sniper called Wedding Invitation, and at the time it didn't make any sense, but it certainly does now. So some additional and more detailed information about this DLC, Guns, Love, and Tentacles. Sir Alistair Hammerlock and Wainwright Jacobs are finally tying the knot. The wedding nuptials are going to be taking place on a planet that we've never encountered before. It's an ice planet called Xylorgos. The main hub of this DLC is going to take place in an eerie town called Curse Haven, and it is located beneath the colossal carcass of a fallen monster. There's going to be a returning character from Borderlands 2, and that's Gage, and currently she is on the run and is a wanted fugitive and has been for years, but she's going to be meeting up with Wainwright and Hammerlock and acting as their wedding planner. During this wedding planning, the characters come across a band of occultists, and those occultists worship that fallen carcass of that monster, which was apparently a vault monster. These occultist enemies that we're going to be encountering are mutated with like tentacles and are going to be unlike anything we've seen in Borderlands so far. The setting of this DLC is described as a harsh, wind-swept ice world, and the enemies are going to be mutated rock slugs, ferocious wolven, and occultists with eldritch powers. Right here, this looks like what the ferocious wolvens are going to be, and then this image here looks like it's going to be one of the occultists with eldritch powers. And of course, with this DLC, we're going to have all new legendary gear, class mods, Vault Hunter heads and skins, room decorations, and vehicle skins. And just like DLC 1, you will have to have the season pass to access this DLC. It's not free. The events are free, but not the DLC. And speaking of free events and future content for Borderlands 3 and the 2020 spring roadmap, the next thing we can expect to see is Mayhem Mode 2.0 in April. They've been talking about implementing Mayhem Mode 2.0 for a few months now, so it looks like it's coming to fruition in April, and it's free in-game update, overhauled modifiers, more fun, more loot, more mayhem. Gearbox made a blog post today about Mayhem Mode 2, and they didn't really say anything about it. They did say one important something that I'll talk about, but Randy did give some details about this mode during the event today. The blog post mentioned a change that is going to be really nice, that when Mayhem Mode 2 is implemented, you'll be able to go to your Echo device and change the Mayhem mode. You will no longer have to go to Sanctuary and go to the console. So again, the blog didn't say a whole lot, but during the PAX East event, Randy gave some details about it that make it seem pretty interesting. He said that there's going to be over 25 new modifiers with this mode. He gave examples of 2 of them. One of them is called Floor is Lava, and basically if you stand in one place for too long, then you're probably gonna melt. Another one he mentioned is called Big Head Mode. He didn't give any details about it, but he said, you know, you can guess kind of what that might be like. He also mentioned that there's going to be 10 levels to this new Mayhem Mode 2.0, and as you go through each level, you earn new gear, and that gear that you earn helps you in the next level. So again, be looking out for that free event to be added in April. We don't know the date yet, we just know it's in April. Next with the roadmap is going to be also in April, called Revenge of the Cartels. It's free in-game event. You take out cartel operatives and you earn unique event rewards. And just like the Bloody Harvest event and the Broken Hearts Day event, those are all tied to Maurice, the Saurian dinosaur on Sanctuary ship. And this event here is also linked to him. On the blog post, it says that Maurice has run afoul of some spacefaring gangs, and the best way to protect him is taking the fight directly to the cartel thugs who want his hide. You'll have to eliminate key operatives stationed around the galaxy so Maurice can open a portal to a new hideout area where the cartel has set up shop. The enemies you'll encounter on the other side of the portal will change based on which division of the cartel you're up against. The next thing we can expect in this 2020 spring content roadmap is Guardian Takedown, and this is going to be happening in May. This will also be a free event just like the Malawan Takedown, and this is going to be based on the Iridians, and we're going to be facing new challenging bosses, and we'll be able to earn unique gear and cosmetics. The last thing that they talked about in the presentation was future DLC, and they actually gave some hints towards DLC 3 and DLC 4. At the PAX East event today, they revealed some of the concept art for DLC 3, and this is what it looks like here on the screen, and they said it has something to do with outlaws and dinosaurs. Randy briefly mentioned that it has a Western type theme, and they did mention that it's going to be coming this summer. For DLC 4, they're just now starting to work on it, and during the presentation today, Randy made hints towards the possibility of this DLC being based around Krieg the Psycho. He did admit that they're just now starting to work on this DLC, and they don't have it completely worked out, but I'll let you guys listen to what he said during the presentation today.
Working backwards from the end, we're just beginning DLC 4. So there's still so much uncertain about it, but I wanted to give you a little list of hints about what the nature of DLC 4 is. There's a character that I love, that a lot of us love, that was not in Borderlands 3, and we think that character deserves a showcase. And not just that character, there's going to be lots of characters, fan favorites, and new and old. And basically, the hint that I'll give you is we're going to see, and this isn't locked in stone yet, so don't crucify me later if we change things, because we're just getting started on this. But we're going to see if we can experience what it's like to be inside the head of the wildest psycho we know. I'll just leave it at that. DLC 3, can we get the deal?
At the end of the presentation, they did a live voiceover reading with the real voice actors for Wainwright and Gage and Crazy Earl, and I'll let you guys listen to some of what they did. It's really cool to see them do the voices live, and Gage's voice actor is really awesome.
Are we ready? Yeah. You want to do it? Let's do it.
Ready and action.
Now, this wedding has got to be perfect, or my name ain't Wainwright Del Frisco Jacobs. Or at least it won't be for long. I quite fancy adding Hammerlock to that list of names. I thought proposing would be the hard part, but we're choosing the wedding planner today. And I'm so nervous I'm about to jump out of my damn boots. Alistair ought to be here by now. Well, speak of the devil. He's calling me now on the echo.
What you want?
What do I want? Aren't you here to interview for the wedding planner position?
I don't believe in the institution of marriage or the notion of two people liking each other without a door between them.
Well, maybe it's not for you, but I'm marrying the man of my dreams, Alistair Hammerlock. I won't settle for anything less than the best, and money is no object.
Money is definitely an object, and I want it.
Hiya, I'm Gage.
Well, you look normal enough.
Oh, guilty. You must be Wainwright. Hammerlock told me all about you. We go way, way back.
Oh, well, all right.
Oh, hey, babe, this is the place.
Well, I knew it. I damn well knew there'd be something wrong. Would you get back, you robotic killing machine?
Oh, no. My bad. That's Deathtrap, my robo best bud, and literal partner in crime. I made it myself. He watches my back and super murders my enemies. Ooh, and he also makes a terrific margarita.
Oh. Well, I do enjoy the occasional margarita.
During this skit, something really interesting happened. They played some of the voice lines for Hammerlock, and the voice actor for Hammerlock was not there on stage, but they played it on the screen behind them. And what he was saying is that he was encountering a Varkid Queen boss by the name of Hemivorous, and I'm wondering if that is some kind of link to what's behind this door here on Ascension Bluff. We've seen the footage of this Varkid for some of their advertisement, but there's no access to this arena. So we've all been wondering what's going on here. And I did speak to someone at Gearbox, and they said that right now you can't do anything with it, but in the future we will be able to. The question is that future now? And with this DLC too? I'll let you guys listen to those lines from Hammerlock.
Winnie, my love, I'm afraid I won't be home in time to interview those wedding planners. This blasted hunt is taking longer than expected, but if I am successful, tonight you and I shall dine on the Varkid Queen, Hemivorous. And if not, I'll pick up some fried chicken on the way home. Oh, there she is now. Good luck. I just know you'll find us the perfect wedding planner.
So that's just some of the highlights of the skit that they did during this live stream. If you guys want to check out the entire live stream or this entire skit, I'll have that video linked down in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.